What is up, and welcome back, everybody. We are in the hideaway. This episode, I plan on doing a couple of hunts, a side quest. Before that, I thought we'd start off with a little bit of main quest, a touch of main quest. First, I want to talk to Mid, and I think we're going to go visit Sid's grave. They were talking about us going over there. We were talking with Otto about going over there and visiting Sid's grave and telling him that Hugo's dead. Big celebratory event over here.
If I don't come up with something soon. All right, Clive? What do you want?
I'm going to visit Sid, and I thought you might like to come with me.
Sorry, I'm too busy for all that right now. I've got to get this thermal displacement stack sorted.
Thermal...
Displacement stack. Here.
And this is for...
Only the fastest, finest ship the world has ever seen. The Enterprise.
Starship Enterprise.
Me and my dad designed it together. Where other vessels rely on the fickle winds to drive them through the water, ours is fitted with mithril engines. And those things have got more push than a behemoth in a bad mood, and more heat than all the hells put together. Which is where the stack comes in. I may have already talked some tight-lipped shipwrights into putting the hull together for me in a little dockyard in Canva. But the stack's a bit more involved, so I'm building it here. Thing is, it's so involved that I'm running behind and it's starting to hold things up over at the shipyard. I'll come and see my dad, though, when I'm done. Whenever that is.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Good old Clive.
Of course there is.
I was hoping you'd say that. First things first, I need some parts meching. The stack will be made up of 3 major components. There's the plating, here, that channels hot vapors away from the engine. The helm over the top, that disperses all that heat into the air. And the shielding around the sides. That stops the rest of the ship from going up in flames.
A full suit of armor, then. Probably best to take it one piece at a time.
Then you'll need to start with the plating. Everything else fits onto it. I've got the designs and the list of materials here. Show these to Blackthorn. He'll know what to do.
I can't make head nor tail of them.
Luckily, you don't need to.
I'm just a fetch dog. I got it. All right, we'll hand these off to Blackthorn. And I think we had 2 hunts to do. And they were just level C hunts, so I don't expect them to be too tough. Oh, and I think there was a side quest, too. I can't remember where it was. Are there any side quests here? No. I saw an exclamation point on the world map, though. So there's a side quest. There's a side quest somewhere.
Blackthorn, can I ask a favor?
Out with it.
It's for Mid.
This my last chance to say I'm otherwise engaged. Spare myself the arseache. Go on then. What is it this time?
She said you would know. Here.
Krieger's teats. Well, I don't know what the hell you'd want this for, but I can make it. Won't be easy though. And I'll need help. Get Gavin in here, will you?
All right.
Grigor's teat.
So Mid's roped us all in here again, has she? Typical. Still, if that's what it takes to get her to visit Sid's grave, I'll do what I can.
And, what is it we need to do, exactly?
Take a look at this. It's this plating. The usual sword grade steel won't work. We need something that can get very hot, very fast, and still keep its shape. That means an alloy. Something that won't break or buckle at the temperatures she's talking about. Which is where you lot come in. I need materials, and I've got my work cut out already. You'll have to fetch them. Now, there's a special kind of sand I'm after that you can only find out in the Valcroy. Stardust, they call it. As for the rest of the stuff, my usual supply should have it in stock. It just needs buying and bringing back here.
Well, we'll get it done quicker if we split up. One of us should probably give you an hand coat in the sand.
And the other can go and get the rest from this supplier.
Right then.
Well, make your minds up who's going where, and we can get this over with.
All right, let's talk to Blackthorn.
You going after the Stardust then, are you?
Stardust,
Which
that's
one of
me.
these two lucky souls is going with you?
Gav.
Gav, you're with me.
All right then. So, where do we find this Stardust stuff?
There's a river that runs through the southern reaches of the Valcroy. It's the black sand that washes up on its banks that you're after.
Southern reaches of the Valcroy, eh? That's down past Dalamil. I'll go and scout the place out. See about hiring us a wagon to bring the stuff back to.
All right. I'll meet you by the river.
While you're off having a paddle, I'll pick up the rest of this stuff from Blackthorn's supplier. Take care.
You two, eh? Don't go letting him fleece ya.
Fleece me? I'd like to see him try.
In your own time.
Okay, so now we know what we need to do. I think we'll be visiting Sid's grave soon enough. We got a couple hunts, though, first. So let's check the hunt board, see where these hunts are. And we'll activate that side quest I was talking about.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
See where they were again. Empty hovel in Dalmekia and the Cattery. Empty hovel and the Cattery. So it's in Lost Wing. All right.
Good day to you. Sid.
This place is so confusing to navigate.
It's all but spent. The crystals we get from it.
Are we had to dig a new cellar?
Here we go.
Ah, Clive. Your timing is exquisite, as always. I have a concern which you may be able to assist me with.
Go on.
There are whisperings afoot of shadowy figures having been sighted outside the village. Rustlings in the undergrowth, suspicious noises. My people fear that they are being watched. It may be no more than a surfeit of nerves, understandable in the current climate, or it may be the prelude to something altogether more dangerous. Given what I hope you'll forgive me calling your nose for trouble, I wondered if you might investigate.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Excellent. You might begin by speaking with the good citizens of Lostwing. Listen to their tales, and make what you will of them.
All right. I will.
All right, let's get to the bottom of this.
Hello, Sid.
Right. Let's see what the people of the village have to say. I'd better find out if this is just nerves, or something we need to take more seriously.
You all right, Sid? Something on your mind?
There is actually. Can I ask you something? Quentin tells me people have mentioned shadowy figures out in the woods. Have you noticed anything unusual?
Oh, that. No, sorry, can't help you. I heard the rumours, mind, from the lads working over at the vineyard, but none of them has seen anything either.
All right. Thanks anyway.
Thank you for that useless information.
You're quite talented with that rod of yours.
All right, looks like we need to go up. Here we go.
Do you have a moment? There's talk of suspicious figures in the woods. Have you seen anything out of the ordinary?
No, but I've heard something. Sound of scraping metal, like someone sharpening a sword.
Where was this?
So it's not just peeping
Robert's
toms.
Pass.
Laubert's
Was out
Pass.
foraging
All
for
right.
herbs when I heard it, screeching out from between the trees. Ran back here as quick as my legs would carry me, and I ain't been back since.
I see. I'll look into it. Thank you.
All right, we got a specific location now.
Seems Lord. This pass is our best bet then. What do you say, Torgal? Shall we go and investigate? Let's go. Run like
Come
a
on,
wind.
girl. Someone sharpening swords. What is it, boy?
You there.
Fuck! He's seen us. Get them before they escape!
Black shields. Here. What the hell are you doing here?
What is it to you? Not that we give a damn. All that matters to us is that you don't leave here alive.
What do we got here?
To me, flames!
Oops, I thought I was able to do that ability there. What? All right, now we can take this guy out. So if Black Shields were here, does that mean that the whole Black Shield group knows about this place then?
Why were
They might have to
here?
evacuate.
Are they planning an attack on Lost Wing? I need to warn Quentin.
We need to bring in reinforcements over here. I don't even think they have fighters here, do they? Yeah, if they got attacked, they would just be toast.
The crystals we get from the tailor all but...
Clive, how goes the hunt for our sinister figures?
I found some black shields hiding near Lorbert's Pass. They're gone now.
Black Shields. The Empress's former bloodhounds. Though they serve another master now. One who means to root out and destroy both me and those I care for. And it would appear the pack has finally caught the scent of its prey. Damn it all. I had hoped I would have more time than this. More time to prepare. But if we are cornered, we have no choice but to bite back. And bite back we shall.
I'm sorry. You're going to need to explain. Who did the Black Shield serve now? And why would that person want you dead?
Because I want him dead.
Who?
The former Lord Chief Justice of Sanbreque. All that I have built here is for him.
I don't understand. Why him? Why Lostwing?
I suppose it is better that you know the truth. I was a member of the judiciary once. So sickened was I by the injustice of this world, I swore to fight it. And fight it I did, in my own small way. I saw more than a few corrupt officials condemned to the very cells into which they had thrown blameless innocents. Men to whom the law was but a scourge to turn against the powerless. And throughout, it was the Lord Chief Justice who backed me, who was my one true ally in the quest to see justice done.
So what changed?
I discovered that he hunted bearers for sport. I was a fool to think he shared my hatred of venality and vice. His support for me was no more than a facade, a means of ridding himself of his rivals, a mask to hide the rot beneath. I filed suit against him immediately. His response, however, was rather more visceral. He had my entire family slaughtered.
Jesus.
He faced no punishment whatsoever. I lost everything. My loved ones, my livelihood, my position, the faith I had once held that any modicum of justice might be achieved through the courts. So I set about enacting my own. I tracked down every soul who served him, and slit their throats myself. But the man himself proved an altogether more difficult target. With money and power come protection, and so I saw that I would need an army of my own. I came here to Lostwing and began recruiting like-minded individuals.
And everyone here knows this is why you do what you do.
Of course. They too have lost loved ones to the bearer hunts. Seen faultless friends sent to the gallows to spare the guilty. All under the watchful eye of the Lord Chief Justice. Our wounds are the same. And our cause is the same. We are comrades. And our revenge is already in motion.
Nice.
We know where he hides, how numerous and well-trained his guard. What we did not know until now, however, was that his plans may already be in motion too.
Quentin.
Our time is short. He may move against us at any moment, unless we move against him first.
So where is he?
My friends,
let me go
comrades,
too.
It begins. Make ready for war.
That's awesome. That just got a lot deeper than I thought it would.
I'm not going to change his mind.
That was cool. These characters, they go deep. I wonder if stuff like that's going to happen with more of these characters we've been introduced to. All right, so let's go to the local map. Look at all this out here. None of these names are... Make for the river in South Velcroy Desert. See, none of these names that I see of any of these areas match what the hunt said. Maybe the jaw? But it said Dalmekia. Maybe we're not... Maybe we haven't gotten far enough to go there yet. I think the thing to do here is just keep moving in the main story. Is this the right way? Yeah. So make for the river.
Like I found the river. Now where's Gav?
There he is.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet if we want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Dalamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of this stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Oh, here we go. Stardust. So just sand?
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Looks like there's some over here.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
Did we go as far as we can go into this corner? I wonder if we could walk in the river. No. No, that was it. All right, let's talk to Gav. He's got a whole bag full.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
Oh, you win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat?
Have a chat? What is it, Gav?
Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain? Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Are we gonna hug now? We could have had a nice bro hug there.
Right. That's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
All right, back to the hideaway. And we'll look at the hunt board again, but I think we need to get, like, over here. Because this is Dhalmekia, I think. So, yeah, I just think we're not to where we need to be yet. Because I'm pretty sure it said Dhalmekia.
Let's hope this is all Blackthorn needs. Blackthorn, got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You're beat sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
All right, let's go talk to Mid, and then on the way there, I'm gonna look at the scout board, the hunt board again, just to kind of confirm that it said Dhalmekia. Because when it said Dhalmekia, I was thinking, I'm pretty sure it said Dhalmekia, but I was thinking the desert in my head, like the Velcroy Desert, which is not technically the city of Dhalmekia, right? Empty hovel in the Cattery in Dhalmekia. So yeah, I think we need to get to that city. And we got an S rank on there, but no, there's location just question marks. We'll eventually figure it out. Whatever it is would probably just kick our butts right now, so I'm not gonna go crazy trying to figure it out.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn started work on the plating.
Excellent. 1 down, 2 to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size pieces for what we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
What is her name? Helena.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, the rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid
Easy,
said
easy.
We might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Velcroy Desert.
It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see.
My specialty.
Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
All right, let's do it. Just outside Lost Wing.
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
These guys are getting ready for war over here. So let's see.
You know what you have to do.
I won't let you down.
Up here, I think? Yeah. It's pretty far away, but we'll be able to hop on our chocobo once we get on this path. Hey, where's the guard? He just leaves the gates open? What's up with that? All right, just want to do a double check that we're going the right way. No mini maps around these parts. Or any parts for that matter.
Time to fight.
I do like seeing, like, when I go through a place like this, that the enemies are weaker. I like games that don't scale with you as you, like, level up, and then everybody else gets harder. Oh, these guys are still chasing me. He fleed. All right. Helena!
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The, ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
So polite, Helena. Would you kindly mind slaying this creature? It's what I do.
Anybody home?
One of these things again. Didn't we have a hunt with one of these?
Time to go.
Level 30. How do you dodge that? Man, this thing's crazy. Whoa. Oh, I missed him. Teleported. He bit me. Got him. Those guys are tough, man. Stuff's blowing up all around you. We got him, though.
What can I do for you, Mid?
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
How are they going to get everything back? Whatever. Not my problem. Reporting back to Mid. So I think she said there was 3 things, right? So I'm pretty sure we're going to have one more thing to collect. And then we'll be able to go visit Sid's grave.
We're seeing troops amassing at every border.
I think Mid might need some help, Tony.
If I don't come up with something soon.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm.
What's her name?
She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
Alright, so we're gonna rely on the old man. I guess that would make sense. He's always up there doing research. He probably has knowledge about this kind of stuff too. Tomes. I forgot they used to call them tomes. All right. Let's see what he has to say.
Harpocrates, do you have the moment?
For you, Clive? Always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragon fire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
Man, this guy's a genius.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company, too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
So we got to decide again.
So, Clive, have you made your decision? Who will accompany you on your little excursion?
Most definitely my girl Jill.
Very well. So then, what do we need to find?
I have taken the liberty of preparing a list. Here.
White chocobo eggs. Pepio nuts.
He's got a whole list.
Are you sure this list is right? Everything on here seems very edible. I would have thought the ingredients would be a little more exotic.
Though these items may seem mundane, they have potent effects that are rarely exploited, effects for which they were once highly prized. So much so, in fact, that they were harvested almost to extinction, hence moon dews having fallen from favor. Now, of course, they can be obtained with ease. You should be able to find everything you need at the market in Northreach.
Is that so? I've been meaning to visit Northreach anyway. I'll set out now. Join me there when you're ready.
I will. Until then.
Well, that's not so bad. Everything we need, we can get from a market.
You too, Talia.
All right, here we go.
Now, where's Jill?
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have you spoiling.
Something new over here?
Do you see anything you like?
Enhancer. So it's going to lower our stun damage. Man, pretty soon we're going to start buying elixirs. Instantly restores all HP.
Come back again.
We could just carry those and high potions.
Are those Pepio nuts?
How goes the hunt for ingredients?
I've only just started. I'm sure everything we need is somewhere amongst all these stalls, though. Why don't we split up and see? We'll take a couple of ingredients each.
All right. What am I looking for?
How about you look for the Pepio nuts and some garlic? I'll find the other things we need. We can meet by the gate when we're finished.
Up! You'll not find a bruise. Fresh cuts. Come and get them before.
What can I interest you in today?
Some garlic?
Good day.
I guess that's what we need.
A friend of the innkeeper is a friend of mine. Ah, yes.
Purchase Pepio nuts.
Oi, don't touch anything. And
that's everything.
Got the stuff.
Going on.
Did you find everything?
I did. Here.
Garlic and Pepio nuts. Perfect. Now all that remains is for Harpocrates to somehow turn all this into what Mid needs to keep her engine cool.
This is silly. They should have came up with something cool. You know? Garlic and nuts.
But before we head back, would you walk with me a while?
Oh, she wants to have a chat. You know what that means? She might be breaking up with us.
Thank you for asking me to help you today. It makes a nice change.
It does. It's good to get away from all the battle and bloodshed for once. Just being here reminds me of when we were children. Do you remember? Walking down Market Street in Rosalith, taking in the sights and smells.
How could I forget? What with Torgal's antics. Remember how his nose would prick up at the scent of sausages? He'd go racing away and we'd have to go running after him. We wouldn't catch you now, would we, boy?
Was there anything you wanted to buy for yourself while we're here?
There was, yes. Well, sort of. Molly in the kitchens told me about a place that sells particularly good pies. Thought you might like to share one with me.
I would. Thank you.
And I saw some bread.
Jeez, you got enough bread?
Big white cobs like the baker back in Rosalith used to make. What do you think? I thought we might get some soup to dip it in. But then I tried a slice of the butcher's dry-cured ham and it was just... oh.
You all right?
Sorry. It's just... you're right. I really do feel like a child again being here with you. Clive.
I love you.
Is it wrong of me to enjoy this?
You're so dreamy.
No, Jill. This is how life should be. And it's how our lives will be when our work is finally done. When we can live on our own terms.
I hope so. Thank you, Clive.
Aw, that's sweet.
Well, I suppose we better be getting back. I need to give these ingredients to Hippocrates and Talia. I'll see you at the hideaway.
Take care.
I will. You too.
No hug or kiss? Come on, Clive. Clive's game is weak. All right, so back to the hideaway, it says. Speak with Hippocrates. I think we could have stepped our game up there. They didn't give us any choices of what to do.
I wonder how Hippocrates is getting on with the moon dew.
Oh, is that what they call it? Moon dew? Is it like Mountain Dew? He's making Mountain Dew.
How's work on the shielding progressing, Hippocrates?
Well, very well indeed. And thanks in no small part to your kind assistance. I was just explaining to Talia how we might best go about preparing the moon dew. And now that we have all the ingredients, we may begin.
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my time.
I'm sure you have. What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway, under the watchful eyes of Bardolph and Obolus.
Apparently, it'll
Beautiful.
be ready soon.
Thank you. All of you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light work and all that.
Of course. Oh, and Clive, thank you. It was nice just being with you.
Ooh. Clive.
It appears our work here is almost at an end. A shame. I was enjoying playing the man of action for once. When both the shielding and the moon dew are ready, it will merely be a matter of applying the one to the other. Followed by a rigorous process of testing and retesting, of course. Perhaps someone ought to warn young Mid of that.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Hippocrates.
All right, we got to talk to Mid. Make sure she tests it. Don't just slap the stuff on and expect it to do its job. We got to make sure.
Well, I better go and give Mid the good news then.
So this is all gearing up to something. I think we're going to be getting a new hideaway, basically. I think once the ship is done, you know, we're just gonna we're all just gonna be on some giant ship and we'll be mobile. Oh, we got enough renown for something here.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Come to claim your just desserts?
The Bear's Plight. Meteorite.
Here you are.
Thank you.
Come again. I may have more for you.
Didn't they say this thing was like an old airship?
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Mid. But you'll be pleased to know that work on the shielding is underway.
You found something for it?
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly resistant to heat. A coating that should provide the protection you need. He's supervising the construction and testing of the shielding as we speak.
Brilliant! I knew you wouldn't let me down.
Don't thank me. I'm just the errand boy.
Right
all I
then,
did was buy some
let's start
garlic.
working out how to bolt all these bits together. To the Black Hammer!
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not thermal bleeding didgeridoo-dahs.
Displacement stacks.
This is cooler, though.
Difference. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together in here. It's cramped enough as it is. Let's take this outside. Mid, you get all the parts lined up on the deck. I'll take care of the rest.
On my way!
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find. This is gonna require some precision walloping.
Her lips were closed when she laughed. That was kind of awkward. All right, let's see what they come up with. Sometime later. Look at this. So they did say that this was an airship, so it makes sense. She's just retrofitting all this stuff, like the engine and stuff,
It's finally finished!
to the hideaway.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for weeks.
Thank you, Clive, Blackthorn, everyone. That's one down and just 3 more to go.
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack for each.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work comes in, keep it to yourselves, eh?
It's like, lay off. Get off my back, Clive. All right, can we go to your dad's grave yet?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Just daydreaming. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown. Searching for a land untouched by the Blight. Just like me and my dad planned. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, we might still have a chance. That's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance just in case we needed it. But now she's so close to being finished, I've realized I don't want her to be that. I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, not from the lack of it. In a world where we're not just trying to survive, but where we can actually live.
I'm working on that. And I'll do everything I can to get you what you want.
Don't you always? All right. My mind's made up. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, I'm putting her under your command. Sod our plans, I'm trusting in yours.
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's what my dad would have wanted.
He'd be proud of you.
You were gonna visit his grave, weren't you?
I was. And you can come too now that your little project is finished.
I wouldn't call it a little project.
There's just one thing I need to finish up first. Won't be a mo.
All right. I'll let Otto know you're coming. Meet us in the mess when you're ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Is that the thing?
New quest available here. Weird science.
Gnomes help to build.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
All right, Clive. Asterix. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the twins, has she? I swear, that girl'd do anything to put off visiting her old dad's grave. No excuses now, though, eh?
Not quite. She said there was one final thing she had to take care of. I'm sure she'll be finished soon enough.
She said that? In those words?
She did, yes.
Clive? Were you born yesterday or something? There is no thing. She'll probably be halfway to Canva by now.
Mid. I might still be able to catch her.
She's putting it off. Oh, Mid. She just doesn't want to face her father's grave. All right, well, we've been going for a while. I'm going to end this episode here. And in the next episode, we've got a few side quests we can activate here. And we're going to chase after Mid. So, everybody take it easy, and I will see you in the next episode. Later, guys.